The OPR3D can read and analyze a variety of 3D and 2D CAD data directly. And it also includes the standard functions such as dimension, sectioning, axis functions, projection and 2D functions. Pro products can be used for many advanced features than the standard functions. The scene save function that can be invoked when needed to save the working scene. The explode function that can be immediately exploded in the axial direction and the desired direction. Function to calculate the projected area, and the interference check is automatically detects the interference portion between the parts. The fitting bound box function, for measuring the outer dimensions of the model tilted without changing the reference axis. The draft angle measures draft angle conveniently, and it can be display angle by color, and the undercut is determine the angle and coordinate immediately by using mouse. Finally, it provides a variety of functions, such as drawing and modifying function of 2D. First, let's look at the scene save function. To save current working conditions, go to the scene at any time you can. First, save also in a state of being explode, and then select the only model of the individual in the form that has been assembled. Then, after measuring the dimensions and click Save. The last, when you select a scene you have saved, because it is moved immediately to work state that you just work, so it can be conveniently used. Moreover, when you press the play button, to cycle through the scene that you have saved, and create video files is also possible. When you save a generated scene as the OPR3D, that registered scene will also be stored. When you load the OPR3D saved file again, the saved scenes are displayed. Because it can be moved in the work state by select this thing, it can be operate more convenient and faster. The animation function will be able to produce a video in a variety of animation effects using editing, direction of the camera, action, clipping mode. Edit keyframe will be created task in the timeline such as change color, hide, delete, move, copy, rotate, mirror, analysis, axis, point and line. And it usually disabled. You can see it when I press the play button, before editing, screen after are played naturally. Camera keyframes will be created in the timeline to change the camera with enlargement and reduction of view, to move the view. There is a need to change the camera model you have edited move, you can create a more realistic animation. You can rotate it to select the model of desired, move by giving the offset value, and rotates. Generate after set the rotation direction and interval, number of rotation and the offset distance, you can see the selected model is rotated, and offset rotation. Clipping keyframe indicates the internal assembly. When you press the play button, it indicates the assembly internal part that created the keyframe and the next part that created the clipping keyframe until the first move is clipping view. Click the export animation, and then produce the video file. Next, let's look at the explode function, that is easily create a state in which decomposition of the shape, that assembled complex. the linear have-to decomposition method based on the axial direction, and by using the original axis of the selected model. The sphere explode. When you move the mouse to select the direction of the axis of the objective, the object is automatically split by the center of the sphere. The part explode. You can move in any direction by using the axis of the selected object. When you select and move decomposed parts, the path is displayed. You can also move the model by rotation value, or axis rotation value in the option window. Finally, you can save this exploded status by using Scene Save. The interference check can be automatically weather the interference by entering a value in the range between the parts. It can be confirmed immediately and state interference site when you select from the list that appears on the left side. Search is possible by changing a value in the range, and you can paste in the document immediately by using the image capture function. The projection area. Easily calculate the projected area of each plane for each in a single selection, and can show the projected area of the selected model. Select the object, and then complete by clicking the right mouse button. The option window will be appeared. Press the Calculate by selecting the plane in the left pane. The projected, outer and inner area will be displayed. Projected area is automatically registered in the model browser, and it is possible to reconfirm the value of the projected area in the entity information field. Also, it can be copied and pasted to documents. It is possible to save the DWG and IGES projected area shape by using Section Manager, and Projection 2D is also possible. Next, I will explain the function of the fitting bound box. It is hard to get the value of the objective dimension when measured without setting the outer size of the shape inclined. However, the fitting bound box can measure instantly, without setting a separate outer size of the product which is inclined. Offset surface can create a surface by entering the distance value in data with no thickness. After finish all setting, when you press the Make Offset Surface that the value of the offset distance away is generated. Next, I'm going to explain the Analyze Draft Angle, the minimum and maximum draft angle and the undercut. Select Model, and if you enter a value of the angle to the axial direction that you want on the left side, it will be displayed the draft angle by different color. A vertical surface portion which is represented by red color can be examined by applying an angle if added as needed. Confirmation of the coordinates and angle is available immediately by move the mouse. Maximum and minimum draft angle. Verification is possible at a glance the draft corresponding portion of the angular range. The undercut. You can specify the direction easily by selecting the vertical portion of the slanted shape. It is possible for any value of the result of the undercut, and considering the shape change. By moving the mouse, check the angle and coordinates in the real time is possible. The last, in the OPR3D-Pro, it can be supported functions such as drawing and modifying in 2D mode. Finally, I'll tell the effects of the introduction OPR3D. First, the investment cost is maximized. From Eugene Caudia, one person when you have invested the same cost to use. If you switch to OPR3D, 15 people is available, you can see the effect of more than 15 times at least. The second is a rapid application of the work. OPR3D is a product with high utility rate, and it can be applied to business immediately when you finish basic education for just 2 hours. Finally, it is a 3D and 2D view product that developed in domestic, improved performance and additional features are supported rapidly.